I'm a high school student and I have worked really hard. I have gone without sleep for many nights and been in countless tutoring sessions so I can get a 4.5 GPA. At this point, I feel really good about getting accepted to colleges. But when college admissions letters come out, I am surprised to see that I didn't get into any of my top colleges. On the other hand, 3 students who had 3.1 GPAs and low SAT scores got into USC, UCLA, and Stanford. It turned out those students didn't get accepted through their hard work, they paid their way in as part of the college cheating scandal. Sounds unfair? Well, the same problem exists with microtransactions in video games. So, what are microtransactions? They are in-game purchases that are bought after the purchase of a game. Many games with microtransactions started on mobile phones, but due to their large success, their business model was brought to PC and consoles. As a matter of fact, last year the mobile gaming industry made almost $100 billion on microtransactions. $100 billion. That is 1/6 of the entire US defense budget. Grand Theft Auto is an example of a very successful game with microtransactions, and it has generated over $6 billion in revenue and currently is the most financially successful media title of all time. That includes books, movies, TV shows, and other video games. Microtransactions can be broken up into 3 main types. First are the ones that don't change any game mechanics and don't give players any advantages. Examples of these are gun camos, outfits for your character, and other types of cosmetics. Second are the ones that change game mechanics but still don't give players any advantages. These include new features such as new maps, levels, and new game modes. Finally, there are the ones that do change the game mechanics and or give players advantages, such as more health or better weapons. This third type is often called pay to win, and each of these items can be sold different ways. They can be direct purchases, season passes, or random chance purchases, also known as loot boxes. On average, 87% of gamers pay for one or all of these microtransactions, and they can pay a lot. Study from 2016 found that 40% of those who paid for in-game microtransactions spent over $50 a year, and 11% spent more than $250 per year. Pay-to-win microtransactions are the most hated by the gaming community. Let me explain why with a little example. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto Online for 3 years and I'm a very high level player. After weeks of grinding and buying all other necessary items with in-game money, I come home from school ready to buy the flying bike that all my friends have and I have wanted for so long. I click buy and now it's in my garage. So I decide to drive it around. Everything's going well until I see a low-level player coming at me with the same bike that he bought with $150 in real-life money. And all of a sudden, boom, and I'm dead. A few days later, I go back into the game and I get into a little fight with another player, and he's losing. So, instead of practicing to get better at the game, he just pays $10 in real-world money and blows me up with a nuke. So he wins the fight. I was a higher level player with much more experience. I had worked long and hard in the game to gain expertise and earn my advantages. All he had to do to beat me was get out his credit card and press a button. In the beginning, video games were a way for people to escape the inequality of the real world and enjoy an even playing field. It didn't matter if you were the president or just a 14-year-old. How good you were at the game was based on how much effort you put into playing the game, and not how much money you could spend on it. Now you see how this is the college scandal all over again. However, the problem with microtransactions doesn't end there. Pay-to-win microtransactions make the game less enjoyable for other players since they're constantly being killed by less skilled players with all sorts of stuff that they can't afford. Even less skilled players who are buying their way into success are not getting the best gaming experience when they rely on microtransactions. A simple survey of gamers in my school shows that most people are less satisfied when purchasing items with real money compared to working for them and earning them in the game. In conclusion, developers have made gaming a non-friendly environment by pushing gamers to buy microtransactions just to make money. The microtransactions are bad for the expert, they are bad for the novice, and are bad for society. We are moving towards a time that the younger generations might believe that just like in video games, you can buy your way into everything. So the next time that you start losing a fight, instead of pulling out your credit card and buying your way into victory, put more effort and practice in the game so you can become more skilled. When the game companies see that there is no demand, they are forced to change their ways.